Okay, so here are the three big stories for today. It is Monday, February 12th. I've seen article after article now about how Zelensky's appointing new high-level military commanders. This was yesterday. This article here, Zelensky continues to revamp Ukraine top army brass. This is normal. This is natural. Nothing to be alarmed about. We continue to reboot the management team and the armed forces, Zelensky says. Colonels, I can't pronounce his name, and I can't pronounce his name, have been appointed deputies commander. These brigadier generals down here, all three have been appointed as deputies to the chief of staff. So, okay, the new guy's getting his own team, and that's good, that's normal, it's healthy. I think the reboot means really a reboot. It wasn't just a ploy to get rid of Zelensky, and I find that comforting. Okay, second article. As functional as the first one is, the second one highlights the dysfunction within Republicans and Democrats and the distrust between them. Okay, Republicans may limit Trump's power over Ukraine, and that's assuming that Trump is going to become the nominee and actually get elected. Senate Republicans could block former President Trump from cutting funding to Ukraine, according to Senator J.D. Vance. We are nearly a year away from an election that could give Trump the presidency, and Ukraine-obsessive Republicans have already given the Democrats a predicate to impeach him, Vance wrote in an op-ed for the American Conservative magazine. Vance, a staunch Trump ally, called the bill an impeachment time bomb in his letter to his colleagues Monday, arguing that because $15.3 billion of Ukraine funds won't expire until September 30th, 2025, nearly a year into a possible second Trump term. Stop there. This means the way the structure of the $60 billion is not $60 billion right now. It is spaced out, and at least about $15 billion or more will be into the next calendar year. If Trump negotiates an end to the war, as he promised to do, they will undoubtedly argue that he has broken the law, Vance wrote in his op-ed. This shows you the level of distrust, how dysfunctional it is between Republicans and Democrats. You will not believe me if you are a Democrat. But every Republican that's watching me right now will agree with me that Republicans tend to think, that doesn't mean that they're right, but they tend to think that both the first and second impeachment were political hit jobs, that they were not because he deserved to be impeached. You don't have to believe me, but that's the way they see it. So I understand why Vance is saying what he's saying. Republicans need to be aware that this bill, supported by Mitch McConnell and almost all of the Senate GOP leadership, sets in motion the next hyper-partisan Trump impeachment before he's even elected. Senator Rand Paul said of Vance's letter in a post on Twitter, JD is correct, this bill is an impeachment trap, said Representative Matt Gaetz. Okay, I like the bill because the bill will at least make sure that up through September 2025, that at least through that point, Ukraine will be funded. Third and final story, Mongolia makes awkward move to troll Putin for his history part of the Carlson interview. The former president posted a picture of a historical map of Mongolia in comparison to the Roman Empire and in comparison with Russia in 1471 during the era of Genghis Khan. And what did this look like? I found it on Twitter. After Putin's talk, I found a Mongolian historic map. Don't worry, we are a peaceful and free nation. So look at the Mongol Empire. And look at what Russia is. And again, I've made this point a number of times, but when the guy who's actually the former president of Mongolia says this, it's pretty awesome. Okay. And he also is all in for Ukraine as well. In an article entitled Why Ukraine Must Win, he stated, victory means more than expelling Russian aggression, more than even liberating all occupied Ukrainian territory. Victory requires the rebuilding of Ukraine after conflict, total recovery from Putin's war. If Ukraine fails to achieve that, freedom and the free world will face continuous intimidation and aggression from dictatorships. And he's sandwiched right between China and Russia right now. So he knows what he's talking about. Okay, that's the three big stories. Thank you for the time, the likes, the shares, the subscribes, and thank you for being the kind of person that cares about Ukraine.